In this lecture, we will discuss the convolution integral problem, and here we'll discuss two questions which uses the graphical method, and then we'll give two practice questions, and the solution of the practice question we will discuss in the next lecture. So in this particular question, we need to find the output y of t of an LTI system. The input x of t and impulse response h of t of a continuous time LTI systems are given by the equation x of t is equal to 1 for 0 less than or equal to t less than or equal to 2. So you can draw this particular waveform x of t, and here it is t. And the signal magnitude is 1 for the limit 0 to 2. So you'll get a waveform like this. And for all other values, the signal magnitude is 0. And for the second signal, it's h of t, and h of t is given by the equation is equal to 1 for the limit is 0 to 1. Now we need to evaluate the equation y of t is equal to x of t convolution h of t, which is given by integral minus infinity to infinity x of tau into h of t minus tau. So in order to evaluate this equation, we required x of tau. So, but in the question x of t is given, so we can simply replace t with tau. So you will get a new graph that is x of tau with respect to tau. And simply replacing t with tau, you will get the same shape. This is x of tau waveform. Now we required h of t minus tau, and in order to obtain h of t minus tau from h of tau, this is the method. H of tau will, if you rewrite this h of t minus tau, it becomes h of minus tau plus t. So from h of t you will get h of tau, and from h of tau you can draw h of minus tau. From h of minus tau you can write h of t minus tau or h of minus tau plus t. Both are same. So first we will draw h of tau with respect to tau. So you will get exactly the same waveform. It's 1 for the duration 0 to 1. Now we need h of minus tau. H of minus tau means simply the time reversed version of the signal. H of minus tau, the graph is with respect to tau. Now we need h of t minus tau or h of minus tau plus t. The given waveform is from 0 to minus 1, in this particular case h of minus tau, and we need to perform 0 plus t and minus 1 plus t. So it becomes t and t minus 1, and we don't know the value of t. It can be positive or negative, so we can draw somewhere here. So let be t here and t minus 1. The signal amplitude is 1. This is h of minus tau plus t. With respect to t, the signal can be shifted towards right or left. So the time being I will draw here. Now we got x of tau and h of minus tau plus t. Now we need to perform the convolution integral equation for different values of t. Now we'll consider the first case. We'll already draw x of tau, and we'll keep x of tau as a fixed waveform, and we will move h of t minus tau because we don't know the value of t, so we will take different cases of t. And the first case we will consider, that is t is less than 0. If t is less than 0, uh, this h of t minus tau waveform will be toward the left side of x of tau. So we'll take a t less than 0. That's the first case. And x of tau starting from 0 onwards. So we'll draw h of t minus tau towards the left side. Now if you integrate the equation, evaluate the equation, integral minus infinity to infinity x of tau into h of t minus tau d tau. If you observe this particular equation, and you can see that we need to multiply x of tau and h of t minus tau. In the first case, x of tau and h of t minus tau lies in different position, and there is no common area, so we can conclude that the first case the output is equal to 0. This is case 1. And now we can consider the next case, that is t value is here, and t minus 1 will be here. For this duration, we can take the next case, that is t is between 0 and 1. When t is between 0 and 1, you can see that there's a common area which starts from 0 onwards and up to t. So this is h of t minus 2. Now we can write y of t like this. In the previous equation, the integration will start from 0 onwards and up to t. And for this duration, x of the magnitude is 1, h of t minus 2 magnitude is 1. So we can write like this. It becomes 2, and it's from 0 to t. And after applying limit, the equation will be t. This is case 2. Now we can consider next case, that's the t is between 1 and 2. If t is between 1 and 2, t minus 1 will be between 0 and 1. So now we are drawing h of t minus 2, and x of t is indicated by the black, and h of t minus 2 indicated by the blue waveform. Now the limit is between 1 and 2. For the duration 1 and 2, y of t, if you evaluate, you can see that for this duration, when t is moving from 1 to 2, the shaded portion area is constant. See, width of this particular pulse is 1 unit and height is 1 unit, so you will always get the answer is equal to 1, because it's a rectangle and width is 1, height is 1, so area is equal to 1. Either you can use this approach, or you can start the uh, evaluation from t minus 1 to t. We need to integrate the signal from t minus to t. The signal amplitude is 1 for this particular duration, x of 2 and h of t minus 2 is equal to 1. And if you integrate, you will get 2, it's t minus 1 to t. So if you apply the limit t minus t minus 1, so finally you will get t. Now t is equal to 1. Okay. Without integrating, you can calculate it, because for the duration 1 to 2, the area of the shaded portion is a constant one. When t approaches from 1 to 2, this t minus approaches from 0 to 1. For this duration, you will get a constant area 1. Either you can use direct result or area of that shaded portion, or you can directly apply the limit t minus 1 to t, the signal having non-zero magnitude. Now we'll consider the case 4. In case 4, we'll assume that this t is between 2 and 3. For this duration, t minus 1 will be between 1 and 2. This is t. Now t is between the limit 2 and 3. Now y of t can be written as it starts from t minus 1 up to 2. 1 into 1 d2. So we can apply the limit t minus 1 to 2 minus t minus 1. So it becomes 3 minus t. For this duration, the answer is 3 minus t. And now we can consider the next case, case 5. That is x of tau is already here, up to 2. This is x of tau. Now we need to draw h of t minus 2. Already we consider up to 3. Now t is greater than t. This is t minus 1. This is h of t minus 2. And if you observe this particular waveform, for t greater than 3, y of t, if you multiply x of tau into h of t minus 2, it becomes 0. For t greater than 0, you will get y of t is equal to 0. Now we can conclude different cases. Y of t is equal to, for the first limit, for t less than 0, signal magnitude is 0. For 0 less than t less than 1, it is simply t. For 1 less than t less than 2, it is 1. For 2 less than t less than, for this limit it's 3 minus t, and if t greater than 3, it's 0. And if you draw the waveform, this is y of t. Please remember that this is with respect to t. We need to draw the final result. And for t less than 0, it's 0. From 0 to 1, it is t. So it's a straight line, and we can find the extreme points by simply putting t is equal to 0. You will get 0. When t is equal to 1, it's 1. Now for the limit 1 to 2, the signal amplitude is 1. So it's 1. From 2 to 3, it's actually 3 minus 2. So if you apply the first limit 2 here, it's 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. So at this particular instant, the signal amplitude is 1. And at t is equal to 3, so at t is equal to 3, if you substitute 3 minus 3, it's equal to 0. So it's a straight line, and if t greater than 0, it's 0. So you will get a trapezoidal waveform, and we can conclude two signals x of t at 0 to 2, and convolution here h of t is again 0 to 1. You will get a result which is a trapezoidal waveform. If you observe these two waveforms, x of t and h of t, it's two different pulses with two different widths. That's why we are obtaining the result as a trapezoidal waveform. And the same problem we discussed in the previous lecture. In that particular case, x of t is given by 0 to 1, and h of t is given by 0 to 2. It's 1. Okay. If you observe the two questions, you can see that the result is same. So please watch the previous lecture. In the previous lecture, we explained the second exam, x of t, this particular case. In both cases, we'll get the same result. So we can conclude one more thing. As a commutative property, x of t convolution h of t will be equal to h of t convolution x of t. Okay. So we'll get one more idea that convolution is a commutative process. So x of t convolution will be same as h of t convolution x of t. Okay. If you observe the waveform, it will be clear. In both cases, you will get the same answer. Now we'll discuss another question.